Indy TrackFest transforms traditional track meets into an interactive experience where fans don't just watch, they compete, play, and become part of the action in a social game-like environment. We are the Dave and Buster's of track and field, blending live competition with arcade-style atmosphere where engagement and entertainment take center stage.
Imagine you drive 45 minutes to see your daughter compete in the mile. You get your parking spot, you walk to the venue, you get through security and you find your spot in the stands, and she starts her race and is done in under 5 minutes. Now you have 2.5 hours until she competes again. With no scoreboard actively in view and unclear announcements, it can be hard to find something to pay attention to. So you pull your phone out and you start the scrolling. And you scroll and watch the minutes tick by, wondering if it's too early to leave. Track and field meets today have a unique challenge. They're fragmented by design. Unlike basketball or football, where they have continual action, keeping fans locked in and engaged, track and field can feel slow and repetitive because it has multiple events happening simultaneously across a wide venue. And in between events, there's dead time that's currently being filled with nothing, making it seem disconnected, causing fans to pull out their phones. In our observations, we saw this in real time. Families pulled out their phones, kids brought toys from home and were playing with them, and people got up and left in the middle of the events or in between events when there was dead time. At a Big Ten track and field meet, we saw this happen in real time, and our observations matched what we originally confirmed. One spectator highlighted it clearly, saying, "I don't really know what I'm supposed to be paying attention to." This is a core problem that track and field face. It's not a one-time thing, it's happening across the board. When fans don't know what they're paying attention to, it causes a lot of consequences with the venue. For first-time fans, it can be difficult already to understand what's going on in the venue, and when there's disengagement, it makes them not want to come back. Even for fans that have been to track and field meets before, we saw a significant disconnect and drop in fan engagement. This causes an atmosphere that doesn't invite people to come back, doesn't want them to bring friends back, and doesn't have them rooted into the sport itself. But track and field loses a fan that it could have kept. This led us to our problem statement, and we asked, how might we create engaging activities, spaces, and entertainment throughout the event so that spectators remain invested and stay longer at track and field?
Now imagine you walk into a track meet with your husband and 2 kids. You expect the usual routine. You're good. You're good. It says there. You expect the usual routine of going through, but you expect the routine. But this time something's different. There is movement everywhere. Music, energy, people, not just watching, but doing. This is Indy TrackFest. Instead of guessing what's happening, there are interactive spaces where fans can test their speed, learn the events, and follow live updates to tell them where to look and why that matters. The downtime isn't empty anymore, it becomes part of the experience. In this new world, fans are not just waiting for their athletes to compete, they're engaged the entire time. They understand the storylines, they feel the energy in the venue, and they become part of an atmosphere that helps drive performance on the track. Families stay longer, first-time attendees feel included, and the track meet becomes something where people want to return to, not just endure. This is what changes. Track meets shift from passive viewing experiences to active immersive environments where every fan has a purpose, and every moment has a purpose, and every fan has a reason to stay. Now here you are, you arrive to the Fall Creek Pavilion, but this time it looks a little different. There's balloon arches, banners, and posters, and you're excited to start your journey before you even get inside. And as soon as you get inside, your husband's dragging wanting to go one direction, and your kids are dragging at your arm to go another. And what you'd usually be nothing now is a concourse full of vibrant activations. And before you know it, your son runs over to the first wow moment. He's placing a pin showcasing where he's from, but at the same time he's learning where their athletes, teams, and coaches are from as well, tying the sport back into the fact that as a whole. And from there, your daughter reads a sign, the scavenger hunt, find them all, win a prize. And before you know it, your kids have 2 sheets of papers in their hands. So what they would usually be on their phones or playing with toys, they now have a mission and a quest, something tangible that they can interact with throughout the event besides just the race. And the first challenge, the mini hurdles. Your son's running back and forth to see how fast he can go, seeing what time he can get. But he's not just running around, he's interacting. He's learning what it takes to be an actual hurdler, and he's also taking in the sport itself. And before you know it, you hear over the intercom, last call for the women's mile. You race to your seats to watch your daughter compete. The gun goes off, and she starts. 8 laps later, she comes to the line, and she PRs. You're as happy as could ever be, and you look around, and everyone is just as happy as you are as well. And this is where a normal track meet would end. You'd pack up, and you would go home. But this is where Indy TrackFest begins. Over the intercom, you hear, the mascot dash is up next. And you say a mascot dash, and your kids are grinning from ear to ear. They're as happy as ever could be because they see their favorite mascot. They watch them race to the finish, and they start their next journey. After the mascot dash, they run into the Indy TrackFest meet and greet, where Olympians like Anna Hull and Cole Hawker, who are Indianapolis legends, are helping interact with fans. Your kids are able to take photos, get autographs, and hear stories. This gives them something to do, something to tell, something to brag about, besides just an activation. And then they go to the live reaction challenge. This is another quest on their scavenger hunt where their kids are competing against each other to see who can get the highest score and who can react the fastest. And this allows for kids or other spectators to learn just like how how athletes have to react to the gun, fans can react to the challenge. And then your daughter finds the merch stand. She runs over, and what would normally be something that has discounted shoes or shirts from different track meets is something that's vibrant and ties to a memory of the day you've been having. And now your kids are hungry, and it's time to go get some food. What you would usually go to the concessions because you have a lot of free time or you're bored, now you're exhausted from the day you've been having. You talk about all the things you've done, and you talk about all the things you're going to do the next time you come back. And your kids spot the last item on their scavenger hunt, the starting block, the most iconic part of track and field. They learn where it is and why to look for it, and now they have something to look for the next time they come back. Your family takes one last picture on the victory podium, fist in the air, and thrilled with the day that you've had. And this takes passive spectators and turns them into active participants.
To execute this solution, we will have the Indiana State Fairgrounds position the Fall Creek Pavilion as a high-energy, flexible venue that boosts fan engagement. The main concourse will be fitted with a digital interactive history board that shows the history of track and field, as well as the fairgrounds and the Fall Creek Pavilion. It also has spots for track trivia, sponsorships, upcoming events, and different medals and times that are being competed actively. It'll be interchangeable between different meets, which allows it to stay current and trending. Semi-permanent activations that are intentionally designed to be neutral in branding will be placed in the venue. This will allow them to be utilized for any meet, collegiate, or all the way up to national championships, while keeping operational costs manageable.
Now, one of the first semi-permanent activations that we'll have is the World Interactive Map. This will be the wow moment, the first thing you'll see when you walk in. So we'll have a variety of things on it. We'll start, it'll be able to put spectators where they're from, as well as athletes, high schools, and other colleges, and also have showcased some of the legendary track and field venues across the world. And the next one will be the victory podium, something that's compact and can be moved around to different layouts depending on the track meet. And this can be stored at the venue as well. Another semi-permanent activation we'll have is the scavenger hunt itself, which will consist of an interchangeable background, a table, and then 2 volunteers, as well as the sheet itself, which will have a variety of items for fans to look for. And the next semi-permanent activation is the Mini Hurdle Challenge. This will be adjacent to the VIP lounge, and it will include a variety of small-scaled hurdles, a rubber mat, and another interchangeable background as well. And then the Live Reaction Challenge. This is about a 2 by 2 foot and 6 foot tall structure that will drop sticks for fans to catch. And this will be located in a variety of different ways and can be positioned depending on the track meet. And then the last one is the Indy TrackFest meet and greet. So this will be on the lower concourse and can consist of a variety of pro, semi-pro, college, or just icons in the sport of track and field. And then the other activities we have are in-event activities. So think basketball halftime, but for track and field. So that would be, the first one would be the mascot dash. So this would be in between events when there's downtime. And you would partner with local sports organizations and have their mascots compete in a variety of different events, like the 60-meter dash. This gets fans on their feet, as well as they can interact with fans outside of the track meet. The next one we have is a spectator or a parent dash. So just like how in basketball you would have people picked randomly and shoot half-court shots, you'd have fans picked randomly and compete in a 60-meter or a variety of different events on the track to keep the energy in the venue alive.
Right now, track meets are currently losing attention. Fans are disengaged in the empty space, quiet arenas, which causes disengaged crowds and missed opportunities for the sport to grow. Track and field has everything it needs to be unforgettable, with live emotion, head-to-head competition, records being broken. The energy is just lacking to connect that to the fans. That's where Indy TrackFest comes in. With Indy TrackFest, it transforms that into a high-energy, immersive, memory-making experience where fans aren't just sitting watching, they're doing. Kids are engaged and running around the concourse, enjoying the different activations. And when it's over, people don't just leave. They take it with them. They carry it out with them, prizes in hand, with talking about the memories that they've made. Indy TrackFest is not just a meet. It's how track and field comes to life. Thank you.